Nammo Phat. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The first mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I am determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking or in my way of life. We've been reading The Body, Dhamma Reflections on Aging, Sickness, and Death by the nuns of Amaravati. And we're in the Dhamma talk by Ajahn Metta called A Process of Change. By now, you might begin to see that we sometimes relate to our bodies in ridiculous ways. How strange it is to think that our hairstyle has any special importance, or look at all the time that some of us spend at the gym wanting our bodies to look better, to be different from the way they are. Having said this, if we do it in order to keep the body healthy and well, then I think it has its rightful place. But look at how we try to change our bodies in order to create an image that will make an impression on others. Isn't this a waste of time? Of course, this does not mean that from now on we should deny that the body has a certain function in this world. It is the vehicle we live in, and in fact offers us the possibility of practicing and walking this path. The body, then, appears to be an entity in itself only from a certain point of view. From a different perspective, it is not. It is just a phenomenon, a concept created in our minds, and yet we live according to it. It is convenient in terms of social conventions and serves this purpose well. But from another point of view, it is a phenomenon that arises and changes. If we look at it in terms of process, of the elements working together, it forms and reforms, and sooner or later will cease to exist altogether. As we all know, these bodies, or let's say these unfolding processes, are not eternal. These bodies, these phenomena, live for a given period of time, and then they wear out, get sick, and die. If we are able to see that this is a perfectly natural process, then we can begin to accept that nothing is going wrong when our bodies start changing in the aging process, or when they get sick. There is nothing wrong in this, it is just the way things are. We all know that there can be an imbalance in the way the elements work together. If one element is predominant to a point that it is not meant to be, and the natural balance of the body is disturbed, the body becomes ill. If this does not change and goes on for a long period of time, the body can become very ill indeed. But again, when we speak here of the body, what we are seeing is the unfolding of a process. And of course, it does not mean that we shouldn't take care of our body. And as it is our vehicle, we need it to be relatively healthy. What is more, when the body is not well, it becomes all the more difficult to keep up our practice. What we don't need is the attachment to the body. This means that we do not need a body that is especially beautiful or especially strong. It is okay as it is, as long as it works and can support us on the path. As long as it functions in a way that we can live with, it is good enough. May all beings be well, may all beings be happy, may all beings be peaceful. Sadhu. 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 Thank you for joining me this morning.